Hello, my name is Inyoung Hwang, and I'll be going over question number 6 from the X problems. Now, this problem has 3 sections, A, B, and C, but before we go into that, let's read the question. So, question number 6 says, say that 3 people are playing a word game in which each person chooses a letter simultaneously. They do not choose in sequence. Person 1 chooses the first letter, either B, C, or S. Person 2 chooses the second letter, either A, I, or O. Person 3 chooses the third letter, either G, R, or T. For example, if person 1 chooses C, person 2 chooses A, and person 3 chooses T, then they form the word cat. If person 1 chooses B, person 2 chooses I, and person 3 chooses R, then they form BIR, which is not a word. And there are a list of words and not words. Let's skip that. And say that person 1 wants to form a word, but wants the word to be as early in alphabetical order as possible. For example, person 1 would prefer BIG over BOG. Person 2 wants to form a word, but wants the word to be as late in the alphabetical order as possible. For example, person 2 would prefer cat over car. If a word is not formed, then person 1 and person 2 gets a payoff of 0. Person 3, however, is a spoiler and does not want a word to be formed. Now, section A wants us to write this as a strategic form game. Please use the numbers 0, 1, 2 to 14 for person 1's, and person 2's payoff, and the numbers for person 1's and person 2's payoff, and the numbers 0 and 1 for person 3's payoff. Find all pure strategy Nash equilibria. No. So, it wants us to write this as a strategic form game. First of all, let's since this is a strategic form game, let's identify the players. So the players, yes. So the players are person 1, person 2, or actually we can just write it as person 1, P1, P2, and person 3 or P3. And the choices are for person 1, person 1 either chooses B, C, or S. Person 2 chooses A, I, and O. Here, person 1 chooses B, C, or S. Person 2 chooses A, I, or O, and person 3 chooses the third letter G, R, or T. Person 3 chooses G, R, or T. Now, based on this, since we have 3 players and each player has 3 choices, we can know that it will be a 3x3 strategic form, 3 3x3 strategic form games, which basically would look like this. So here's person 1, and let's make a here's 1 3x3. Here is another 3x3. And lastly, let's move all of this a bit left so we have more room. And the third 3x3. So, and this can be person 2's domain, person 1, and the whole thing can be person 3. Now, person 1 again has the choices B, C, and S. So we can write the choices B, C, or S. For person 2, her choices, or his or her choices are A, let's put this in the middle, A, I, and O, O, A, I, and O. And for person 3, their choice is G, R, and T. Now, let's fill in the payoffs. It says that person 1, where is it? Oh yeah, person 1 wants to form a word, but the word wants to be as early in the alphabetical order as possible. Now, thankfully, this question gives us all the possible words and not words, and they all put it in alphabetical order. So, if you see here, these words are actual words. Are actual words, and they are also in alphabetical order. So we can let's first go off of this list. So for the payoff of person 1, he wants it to be. Person 1 wants it to be early in the alphabetical order as possible. Person 1 would prefer BIG over BOG. So where's BIG? Oh, big is better than bog, which means person 1's payoff of these words. Oops, sorry. Let me highlight this. Of these words would be this would be greatest as earlier it is in the alphabet in the alphabetical order, and because this is sit is last, so he will probably use 1, since the payoff of 0 would be reserved for when a word is not formed. So let's just write the payoffs from 14 to 1 based on this list. So person 1, the first word is bag. Bag would be formed right here, as person 1 would pick B, person 2 would pick A, and person 3 would pick G, forming bag. So in this box, person 1 would choose, what was it? 14, a payoff of 14. Now for BAR, or bar, it would be in this box, and that would be later in the alphabetical order as possible. So he would not prefer it over bag, and so he will get a payoff of 13. The next word is bat, which is here, and he would give it and it would be given a payoff of 12. Next is big, which would be over here. So it's 14, 13, 12, 11. Now it's bit, B-I-T, which is here. 11, 10. Now that bit is done, next is bog, which would be over here, bog, and we're on 9, so it'll be a payoff of 9. Then car, which would be over here, which would be given a payoff of 8. Cat, cog, cat, so C-A-T. Yeah, cat would be 7. Cog would be 6. Cog would be 6. Cot, sorry. Yes, cot would be 5. Yes, 5. I'm sorry. Cog would be 6. Cot would be 5. Yes. Sag, where is it? Sag would be 4. Yes, sag will be given a 4. Sat, which is next. SAT would be given a 3. SIR would be a 2. And sit would finally be 1. Now that is person 1's payoff done. Now for person 2. Person 2 is easy, as we can just go from it's basically just the opposite of person 1, so we can just start from person 1's 1 and go up and write, and when we write, we just start from 14 and go down. So 1, so it's 14, 13, where's 12, 11, 10, 9, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, since that's done, person 3 is also easy, as the places where we filled it up, it's just basically a word, and person 3 would not like it to be a word. So everywhere we just put the payoffs in, it would be 0, as they are all words for person 3's payoff. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And for the blank spaces where it's not a word, then both person 1 and person 2 would have a payoff of 0, while person 3 would have a payoff of 1. So it would be 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1. Oops. And done. Now, after wanting us to write the strategic form game, section A also wants us to find all pure strategy Nash equilibria. For this, we'll just use the very simple underlining method. So we're comparing person 1's payoff for each column. So since 14 is greater than 0 or 4, 14, there's underline under 14, 11, 9, 13, 2, 0, 0, 0, because they're all the same, 12, 10, and 5. Now for the person 2, we just compare the rows for the second spot. So 6, 9, 11, and it's 2, 7, 13 is greatest, and also 5 is greater than 3, 10 is, oops, that's a mistake, 10 is greater than 8 or 0, and 14 is greater than 12 or 0. Now, For person 3, this is a bit complicated because we have to compare this box, for example, this box, and this box. So we are going across tables, basically. So first of all, it's 0, 0, 0, so they all get a underline. For the next box, for the box to the right, it will be 1. The box to the right of that would be would be 1 and 1. Now below that, starting from CA, it'll be 1. For CI, it'll be 1, 1, and 1. For CO, it'll be just COR. For SA, it'll be the 1. For SI, it will be the 1. And for SO, it will be 1, 2, all 3. So here we only have, seems to be only one Nash equilibrium, pure strategy Nash equilibrium. Let's check that first. 13 is indeed greater than 8 or 0. 2 is indeed greater than 0 and 0. And 0 is the same with the 0 here and 0 here. Therefore, it is indeed the pure strategy Nash equilibrium. So we can say that this strategic form game has one pure strategy Nash equilibria, which is B, A, and R. Now we can move on to the second section. Let's move this up. Now, section B says, now say that person 1 is a spoiler and does not want a word to be formed. Now say that person 2 wants to form a word but wants the word to be as early in the alphabetical order as possible. Person 3 wants to form a word but wants the word to be as late in the alphabetical order as possible. Write this as a strategic form game, and please use the numbers 0, 1 for person 1's payoff and the numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 14 for person 2 and person 3's payoff. Find all pure strategy Nash equilibria. Now we are basically doing the same thing, but the roles have been switched. So let's write the players again. So the players are again P1, P2, and P3. However, in this game, the choices... Oh, no. The choices are the same, but the payoffs are different. So the payoff system is P1 wants to be the spoiler, which was person 3's job. Person 2 wants to form a word, but wants the word to be as early in the alphabetical order as possible. Just like person 1. Just like person 1. And person 3 wants to also form a word, but they want to be as late as possible, which was person 2's role last game. So we can simply, what we can do is copy this game, but switch out the payoffs. So I'll do that and come back. Yep, now we have a clean strategic form template, I guess. So now person 1 is a spoiler And we know that the words BIR, BOR, BOT, and stuff like that, they're all not words, so we can just find that and just add that to our table for person one's payoff. That would be so. Oops. You know what? Actually, it'd be easier if we just put this down here so we can reference it. So, let's look here. Person 1 is taking on the role of person 3. Person 2 is taking on the role of person 1. Person 3 is taking on the role of person 2. So, if, for example, we're using this box, so the payoff are in this order: 14, 1, and 0 for person 1, person 2, person 3. And we know that now the roles have changed, so that person 1 is now person 2, person 2 is now person 3, and person 3 is now person 1. We can just simply rearrange this to 1. Oh, sorry. Now we can rearrange this to the original order, but switch the number so that it becomes 0, 14, and 1. So let's just do this for simplicity. So it's 0, 14, and 1, 0, 11, and 4, 0, 9, and 6, 0, 6, and 9, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 4, 11, 1, 0, 0, and 1, 0, 0. For the next table, it's 0, 13, and 2. It's 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0. I'll just write this for simplicity. Same. 0, 8, 7. The same here. 0, 2, 13. Now it's 0, 12, 3. 0, 10, and 5. Same. 0, 5, and 10. Same. 0, 7, and 8. 0, 3, and 12. 0, 1, and 14. And the same. Now let's just erase this part. Now we have the strategic form game, and we can just find the Nash equilibria. So let me just fill this in first. Now, it's the same underlying technique. So 1 is greater than 0, 1 is greater than 0, 1 is greater than 0, 1, 1, 1, and 0, 0, 0, 1, and 1, and 1. Now, for person 2, it's 14, 6, 4, 13, 8, and 2, and 12, 7, and 3. Now for the person 3 part, this person 3, 1, 2, and 3. 3 is greater. 4, 0, and 5. 5 is greater. 6, 0, and 0. 6 is greater. 0, 7, and 8. 8 is greater. 0, 0, and 0. 0. They're all the same. 9, 0, and 10. 10 is greater. 11, 0, and 12. 12 is greater. 0, 13, 14. 14 is greater. And 0, 0, 0. They're all the same. Here we can find not one, but 3 pure strategy Nash equilibria, which are seems that B, A, and T. Also C, A, and T, and S, A, and T. That is section B done. Now for the final part of this question, section C. Now say that person 2 is a spoiler and does not want a word to be formed. Now say that person 1 wants to form a word but wants the word to be as late in the alphabetical order as possible. Person 3 wants to form a word but wants the word to be as early in the alphabetical order as possible. Write this down as a strategic form game. Please use the number 0, 1 for person 2's payoff and the numbers 0, 1, and 2. 0, 1, 2 to 14 for person 1 and person 3's payoff. Now this is basically the same question as section B, but of course we are switching it again. So let's see the payoffs again. So the payoff system is person 1 is now person 1 wants to form a word but wants the word to be as late. Okay. Would prefer a late word in the alphabetical order. Person 2 is a spoiler. Person 3 is wants to be as early in the alphabetical order. Again, instead of comparing it by section B, let's compare it to section A again. So in section A, the late was person 2, spoiler was the role of person 3, and this was the role of person 1. So let's paste the strategic form game, and this for reference, and I'll be back after erasing all these payoffs. Yes, now I'm back, and based on this system we can say that in the order of 14, 1, and 0, where this is person 1, person 2, person 3, because the roles are now changed to person 1 is now person 3, person 2 is now person 1, person 3 is now person 2. Now if we make this into the correct order, so this is going here, here, and here, B1, 0, and 14. Understanding this, so the last number, this will be kind of tricky. No, the first number goes back. So using this, we can just say that so it's 1, 0, 14, 4, 0, 11, 6, 0, 9, 9, 0, 6, 1, oops, 0, 1, oops, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, and 11, 0, 4, 2, 0, 13, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 13, 0, 2, 7, 0, 8, it's 3, 0, 12, 5, 0, 10, 0, 1, 0, 10, 0, 5, 8, 0, 7, 12, 0, 3, 14, 0, 1, and 0, 1, 0. Now we have to find the pure strategy Nash equilibria again. So this is 11, 4, 9, 7, 13, 12. Oops, I think I forgot these. 14, 10. And for person 2, we are comparing 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1 and 1, 1 and 1, 1 and 1, 1 and 1, sorry. 1, 1, and 1. Now for comparing person 3, it's 14, 13, and 12. So 14 is greater. 11, 0, and 10. 11 is greater. 9, 0, and 9. 9 is greater. 0, 8, and 7. 8 is greater. 0, 0, and 0. They're all the same. 6, 0, and 5. 6 is greater. 4, 0, and 3. 4 is greater. 0, 2, and 1. 2 is greater. 0, 0, and 0. They're all the same. So based on this, we know that there are 1, 2. Are there any more? No, there are 2. Yes, 2 pure strategy Nash equilibria. So we can erase this. Also this. And our answer can be there are 2 pure strategy Nash equilibria. B, I, and G, and S, I, and R. And that is it. Thank you.